Hey folks, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge. If there's something I don't say enough, but I really need to say more of, that's the same thing, isn't it? Knife sharpening. Knife sharpening, I think, is the main thing that makes it or breaks it for people who are new to the knife enthusiast hobby. If you can learn how to sharpen well, that will trigger the hobby to go deeper. It'll become a core thing in your life that you're going to stick with the rest of your life. If you find that you just can't sharpen well, you're going to get frustrated. And chances are pretty good that you're just going to, it's going to just sort of slowly peter out. And the hobby won't be what it once was in your life. So I always recommend, even to guys like me who basically collect budget knives, I'm talking knives under $50 US mostly. I get a few knives that cost a little bit more, but they're mostly under 50, 60 US bucks, often $20, $30. I tell people, get the very best knife sharpener you can possibly afford. Take your average price of the knives that you get and be willing to spend 10 times as much on a sharpener. Why? The sharpener is probably going to last you the rest of your life. And then you've just got the stones, consumables left to go. It makes a big difference. If you've got a good sharpener, then you're going to enjoy your sharpening better. Also good stones, that makes a big difference. But a good sharpener that you enjoy using is going to get you sharpening your knives more. Don't over sharpen, of course, but that's a different story. But a lot of people, they just put off sharpening, they put off sharpening, and they put it off. And then once they have to do it, they dread it. I used to be like that, and sharpening has become a joy for me. It's something I look forward to doing. I try to stay away from sharpening too often because you're removing steel from your knife every time. You're making your knife smaller every time. So I try not to over sharpen, but sharpening is important. To that end, I wanted to get an upgrade from my TSPROF K02 to the K03. I did the unboxing sort of installation video. I'm going to now talk about what I think. Is it worth it if you've got a K02 to upgrade to the K03? And at the same time, the question will be also, if you don't have a knife sharpening system, is the K03 worth it? Because essentially, I've now got a K03. So keep watching. We're going to get at it right now. I apologize for the lighting and stuff. I'm down here in my utility room in the basement, and it doesn't always look the greatest in here for visual things, but here's my system. This was my K02, and all I changed was this unit here. That's the K03. The K03 has, the rest of the stuff is the same basic stuff. This is a really good system. I can sharpen everything from this little keychain knife easily in here without changing anything else. I can put in, well, I did this knife recently. This is the Cold Steel Drop Forged Survivalist 8-inch blade. Easily sharpens on here. I don't have another knife handy, but a 12-inch blade, yeah, a 12-inch blade easily can get mounted in here. Let me show you. Put that to the outside. Let's take this off. Imagine this is the blade. There's only about 2 inches sticking past the outside of the clamp, so it's very firm, and a 12-inch blade works just fine. The big part of the reason is how far away this fulcrum is from your cutting edge. Because you've got over a foot, over 12 inches here, that means you're not moving your stone very far so that you can still get a stroke back and forth that you don't have to adjust from part to part down the blade. You can do the entire blade in one setup easily. So this system works fine. I've done videos on it. I've got other videos. You can watch my TSPROF playlist if you want to. Just a summary kind of thing about what kind of knives you can fit in here. If you've got a knife, it can fit in here. A lot of machetes can even fit in here. And certainly you can do longer stuff, but you might have to move it. When you've got things that are like 15, 16 inches long, you might have to remount them. But that's how it mounts. Now for how this system works. I showed you the introduction. What do I think of it? Well, it's great. I like this little locking mechanism that they've got here. That means once I've got it to the height that I want, I just tighten it up a little bit and the angle will not change. We've got I gotta loosen that up now. We've got the fine changes, which I do on this part, this wheel here. Wheels on either side, so either your left or right hand easily reaches around. They use a threaded rod, so those little steps are the increments that it clicks to. And of course you can stop between one if you want to, but it gives you really good incremental adjustments. If you need more significant adjustments, you can loosen it back here, and then you can do significant adjustments to get close to the range that you want to be working at. I put these two things about in the middle to start with, and then I start doing my adjustments of what angle I want. By the way, use a digital angle finder on this flat section. You zero it, and then you put it up on here, and it tells you what the angle is, and then you've got a very, very accurate angle. Yes, you can use this, but it's good, but it's not great. If you can afford this system, you can afford to get a good digital angle finder, so I highly recommend that. But you know, if this all of a sudden broke, I'd still have something to rely on until I had time to get another one of these. So once you need to do your adjustments, if you know you need to go lower, you know, if it's a long ways lower, well then you put that down first and tighten it up. If you've got to go a long ways higher, you do the opposite. If you just need small changes, if your angle on the angle finder is close to what you want, then you just do small adjustments up and down till you get where you want. Lock it down and you start your sharpening. This is a very good system. It is machined aluminum, high tolerances. It fits on the base of the original K02, and this is the extended version with this extended section here that goes a longer ways. I totally recommend getting the extended version. The main version is only like $25, $27 cheaper. You know, if you're going to be doing, like you can on this thing, hatchets, there's a table. I keep dropping stuff here. There's a table add-on that you can put on here, and you could put a hatchet on there and clamp it in place and sharpen a hatchet if you want to, or even an axe. Axe head would be easier than a whole axe. But you know, if you need increased angle, potentially get the bigger version, because the bigger version, the extended version, is going to come in very handy. I didn't double check if they call it extended, but you'll see it. Down in the notes below the video, I've got links for these things. If you're in North America, you can buy from TSPROF, has a USA store now, so you can buy directly from there. If you're in Europe or some other part of the world, you can buy from their TSPROF site in Russia. You can buy TSPROF items from Gritomatic.com. If you shop at Gritomatic.com, let the owner know in the comments or something that Jake from Canadian Cutting Edge sent you, because he's a very good guy and he helps me out every once in a while with sharpening stuff. He answers a lot of my questions, but he literally provides items for me to review. But this item does not come from Gritomatic. Just before I close this video down, people ask me what kind of stones I prefer. This is my favorite set. It's a little bit hard to find sometimes. This is by VENEV. This is the Diamond Stones. They've got a grit on either side. You got micron size on one side for both edges, and they've got the grit size on the other side. So if you're a grit person or a micron person, they've got the measurements for you. And this is the long stones that fit into here, which I really like. I've got shorter stones that fit in here as well, but this thing can get extended all the way back to there. So long stones can fit in here, which I really like. Long stones are best for long blades so that you can get the length of stroke to sharpen the entire thing. They come in three ways: 100%, 50%, 25%. Basically what it means is 25% is their standard density of diamonds, 50% has twice as many diamonds per square inch, and 100% has 4 times as many diamonds per square inch. So the 100% is going to last longer. This is the set that I like the most, and I love it. I've been using this thing for, I think I've had these stones for 2 years. I've had to do nothing to them, and I sharpen at least 90% of the knives that I do using these stones. So it's just great. Very low maintenance, very good quality. It's good stuff. This is Russian. This is Russian. I think the Russians know how to make sharpeners. And so there you go. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.